Hello everyone, Tim here, and today we are going to have an old-fashioned Allosaurus showdown. We are going to see if the recently released Papo Allosaurus is really the king of the Jurassic Hill, and if it truly is the best Allosaurus on the market for the money. Now, we have taken a very close look at this Papo figure, and there is no question that it is a top-notch figure. But it is also the most expensive figure on the market today. So given its higher cost, there may be a more viable option for you that isn't as expensive. So today, we are going to quickly review each of the Allosauruses currently available from Papo, Schleich, Safari Ltd, Collecta, and Mojo. We're going to point out the main differences, give you sizing information, and also give you some sense of market pricing to provide you the information you need to determine which is the best Allosaurus for your needs and budget. As a reminder, all these figures are currently available on Happy Hand Toys. The link is below. One other note, as we go through these Allosauruses, we are going to go through them from highest price to lowest price using the manufacturer's MSRP, which is a good comparison as to the relative value of the dinosaurs. So let's get started. So first up is Papo item number 55078. This is the new Papo Allosaurus that was just released in March of 2019. And as you can see, it is a beautiful figure with a lot of nice forward motion in the sculpt and the positioning. To look at some of the close-up details, this figure features an articulated jaw, and it is one of the best jaws on the market. See the fleshy folds on the side when you open and close the mouth. That is something that is unique to the Papo figures. Great mouth, great teeth, and overall just a really good sculpt on this figure. Beautiful paint scheme all the way down, light gray, brownish red, nice musculature, and a beautiful set of hands, which as you will see is one of the distinguishing features on many of these Allosauruses. Again, this was the Papo 55078, measures 10.5 inches long and stands 4 inches tall. Next up is the Papo 55016. You will see that this is very similar to the last Papo figure that we just looked at, and that is because it is the exact same figure. The only thing that has changed is the color scheme. So this is the original version in green. Same articulated jaw, same fleshy folds, exact same figure, only thing changed is the color scheme. And of course the price. As this is the original version, it is slightly cheaper than the new version. Papo raised the price $4 on the new version. So if you are indifferent to the color scheme and want to save a little money, you could go with this version as opposed to the new Papo Allosaurus. Next up is from our friends at Schleich, and this is the 14580. Like the Papo figure, this features an articulated jaw, and this is the only other figure on the market currently that has an articulated jaw Allosaurus figure. So if you are looking for a articulated jaw, this and the Papo figure are your only two choices. Nice mouth, a little too red on the tongue for me. I do like the shiny eye, and overall this is still a very nice figure from Schleich. Another main difference between this and the Papo figure is cost. The MSRP on this is $11 less than the Papo figure. So still a very nice figure. You can save some money by going with this over the Papo figure. Next up is a figure from Safari Ltd, and this is the 100300. This was released in February of 2019, so this is a new figure also. As you can see, the color scheme is very different from what we've seen so far. I kind of put this in the southwestern motif. I do think Safari missed it a little bit on the mouth. I don't feel that these teeth are quite the carnivore teeth that I would be looking for. This also does not have an articulated jaw. The other thing we've noticed is with this figure is it has a slight balance issue standing on 2 feet. That may just be this one, or it may be indicative of the model. That we're not sure of, but the balance is a little bit off. This figure is slightly shorter than the Papo figure, slightly longer than the Schleich figure. However, it is shorter than both of them, as this stands only 3.5 inches tall as compared to the 4 inches for the Papo figure. Next up is the Mojo 387274. This is actually a surprising figure to me, as normally I'm not the biggest fan of the Mojo figures, but I actually think they did a very nice job with this figure. It does not have an articulated jaw, however it still does have some of the mouth folds in the sculpt. Decent teeth, nice crown and horns, and very good color scheme. What I really like about this figure is the price. Whereas the Papo Allosaurus 078 had an MSRP of $32, this MSRP is only $12. So you are talking almost just a third of the cost of the Papo figure. It is slightly smaller. This is 7 3/4 inches long and stands 3.5 inches. But for the money, this is probably the best Allosaurus figure on the market today. Next up is the Safari Ltd 284929. This is where we really take a step down in size, even from the Mojo figure. This is 7.5 inches long and stands a little over 3 inches. It's a bright green figure. Actually a very decent sculpt though. I really like the hands on this for the price point we're at. The head is a very different looking head than we've seen before, and the bright green color scheme really does seem to pop. This is the MSRP on this is slightly lower than the Mojo figure also, so this may be an option if you're looking for a green figure and a smaller figure in the Allosaurus family. And last up, we have the Collecta 88108. This is the lowest price of all the Allosauruses currently on the market today. The MSRP on this is only $7 compared to the MSRP of $32 on the Papo Allosaurus. This is the shortest figure at 6 inches in length, and the height is only 3 inches. So this is a much smaller figure. However, the price is much smaller also. I like the striping on this figure. The hands are fairly decent. And again, the MSRP on this is only $7, so you are saving quite a bit of money here. So to put the two small Allosauruses together, you can see they're very similar in size. The bright green one from Safari is a little bit longer. And then if we throw in the schleich one, just for sizing, you can see that they are much smaller than the ones that we previously talked about. So where does that get us? On the screen now is a summary chart of what we talked about today. To highlight, I think we have demonstrated that the new Papo Allosaurus is actually the best overall figure on the market today. Even though it is simply a repaint of the original Papo Allosaurus, with its great moving form, articulated jaw, and detailed paint job, it truly does rise above the other figures, even surpassing the original version. So if money is no object, the Papo 55078 is probably the figure you should get. If money does matter, Schleich does offer a very nice figure, which is the tallest Allosaurus on the market and is also the only other articulated jaw option. I feel that the Mojo figure is the best figure available at its price. At approximately 1/3 the cost of the Papo Allosaurus, even though it does not have an articulated jaw and is slightly smaller, I believe that it is the best figure dollar for dollar. And lastly, the Collecta figure is the cheapest Allosaurus on the market. As a reminder, all of these figures are available at happyhentoys.com. So if you like what you saw today, please give us a thumbs up. If you disagree with any of our conclusions or simply want to make fun of me, please leave a comment below. And if you want to see more of these comparison videos, please subscribe and ring the bell, as while this is our first video, we are planning to make more and they will be coming shortly. And stay tuned for a word from our winner, the Papo Allosaurus 55078.